Hi guys, I'm Ashley with Grace and Goods.
And I'm Shelby with the Ari Event Studio.
And this is the Business Bestie Podcast.
Well, today we are so excited. We have our friend Jen on, and she is with Next Level Marketing. So she is a pro at all things social media, organic marketing, and things like that. So we're excited to have you.
Thank you for having me, girls.
Welcome.
I appreciate it.
I feel like we've gotten to hang out so much in the last few weeks with all your events and things. But I kind of wanted to start out with you just telling us a little bit about who you are, your journey. I know you have kiddos, you're a single mom, and just like juggling a business and all of that.
So yeah, I am a single mom turned CEO. I've been a single mom for 6 years, and I'm sure that people listening who are single moms get it. I do everything by myself. And it's a huge blessing because I don't have to share my babies, but it's also a lot. And so I have overcome a lot of hurdles in this time and a lot of self-doubt and a lot of not knowing how I'm gonna make it work. And I have to say that my faith, I'm gonna get emotional, my faith has helped me through all of it, and just trusting and just taking action and not putting so much pressure on myself, you know, and really who I'm surrounded with, making sure that they're, like you say, business besties.
Yeah, they're like aligning with you.
Yeah, and they can help remind me of who I am.
Yeah.
Straighten my crown, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and you don't have a choice. You have to do it for your kids,
Right,
you know?
exactly.
You have to get up and do it every day.
Yeah, and I love it. Again, biggest blessing.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like that natural instinct of mothers, like we will figure it out and we will get it
100%.
done.
Yeah,
It's in our nature.
No other
Absolutely.
option. Absolutely.
So how did you get into social media and why are you so passionate about it?
So I think I've been all stages of a mom. So when I was a stay-at-home mom, raising my babies when they were born 2 and 4, I was stay-at-home mom for about 7 years, and I wanted to help make money for the family, but still stay home. So I got into network marketing. This was about 15 years ago, and the algorithm and social media and all of that just really fascinated me. I'm like, well, how come people can see their posts but they're not seeing mine? And I just got super nerdy with it and just started trying to figure things out on my own. And then fast forward, I was a social media strategist for a company. Then COVID hit, and it kind of springboarded my business because I had to be at home with my kids again because schools were closed. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I just started helping anybody and everybody that I could. I had a couple real estate friends, and it just kind of blew up from there. So.
Well, I feel like during COVID too, everyone was on social media. So that was like a good time to really like get started and get like things out there because people were invested. That's all they had to do.
Yeah, exactly.
was these doom scrolling.
It's like they finally saw the importance and the power of it. And so that's something that's also really important to me is like social media is such a powerful tool, and I want to teach people how to use it properly and not negatively, you know, and I really want to teach people how to use it to be able to serve others with their gifts, right? And helping solve other people's problems.
Yeah.
So.
It's the easiest way to reach a wide variety of humans. I mean,
it's worldwide.
yeah, it's awesome.
You know? Yeah. And if you think about it, think about the power of even video. Like people that maybe you've never even met before that you feel like you're best friends with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Like on TikTok, I have like a few people that I follow, and I'm like, yeah, you're doing great.
Yes,
Yeah. I just love you so much.
I
And I was
know.
like, I don't know these people.
Yeah, it's like you've never even met them before, but that is the power of video, the power of social media. And so, again, I really want to teach people how to use it in a positive way because I feel like there's so much negativity out there.
Yeah.
And we need to be positive, and, you know, try to really provide that for people. So,
I agree. So I call you the Facebook queen because I feel like you have so much knowledge about Facebook, and I feel like today's younger generation would say that Facebook is dead. How would you refute that argument?
I love that. Well, first of all, I have a 16-year-old, and her and her friends are now back on Facebook.
It's like coming back around.
So, like everything else, right? It's coming back. The thing about Facebook that I love so much is that you have more control over it, in my opinion. So you have control over who sees your comments, who sees your posts with different algorithm hacks that I've discovered, and just especially groups in itself. People don't realize the power of those and how you can get in front of certain people. It's not chronological anymore. It doesn't matter what time you post anymore. Theirs is the value you're providing, the authenticity. so that you can build trust with people.
Yeah.
So that they think of you as the authority in your industry.
It's crazy because when I had my boutique, we were trying to figure out social media and what times are the best times. We had like a whole schedule, like Monday through Saturday, like this is what time you post to TikTok, this is what time you post to Instagram. And it's like a whole job. I mean, social media is a whole job anyways.
Yeah.
But it's like crazy that doesn't matter anymore.
And somebody could argue with that.
Yeah.
And it could depend on your audience. But generally speaking, with the clients I've helped nationwide, I see the exact same thing. So that's what I really feel like I have a privilege to, is all that data. So I don't just say, oh yeah, this dance is gonna work this week. I'm looking at multiple clients' data so that I can see what is actually performing.
Yeah.
So what I've noticed recently even is that single photos are starting to do better than even reels.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah, it's so I start seeing something on my own and I'm like, and I go to my clients and I look at theirs, I'm like, okay, is it matching? And then we wait a little bit longer and then I'm like, okay, yep, this is a thing. And then I start teaching and then I tell my clients and everybody on my email list, and
we're pivoting.
Yeah, here we go. So that's interesting, you've noticed that too.
And because I know you work a lot with Facebook, so are you saying that like from a Facebook the perspective of
seen it on
Facebook? Okay.
Instagram.
Have you?
Yeah.
So I'm a content creator for a couple local businesses, and obviously I look at my own insights, the professional dashboard and all that stuff. And yeah, you can see your top performing posts, and I've seen a pattern that it's mostly
just
one single image. Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is because reels have been pushed so much that now it's getting filled with reels, and so now to stick out, it's just the one post. And I know carousels were doing really well for a while, but again, all of this and all of these rules are gonna depend on your own audience, which is why it's so important to look at your data.
Yeah.
Because that's
for mine, I do look at my active times, and the majority of my clients or my people on my page tend to be more active in the evenings from that 7 to 10 o'clock. And I don't know if it's because it's I have a lot of business people, and so they're busy all day, and they're finally sitting on the couch, or moms, because that's when I scroll and do, I'm not on social media hardly all throughout the day.
Yeah. Right.
It's mostly in the evening.
Once you have a second to.
Yeah. So I do post a lot more in the evening, and it's just because of that, and it seems like that works for me.
And I always tell people when I coach them, there's no 100% right or wrong. It's a lot of it is trial and error.
Yeah.
And because even if we all three of us ran the exact same type of business, all three of our audiences might be completely different and react to completely different content and types of content. So that's another reason why it's really important to not worry about your competitors. You want to worry about what am I doing to provide and serve the best for my clients, not necessarily, what is my competition doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know you talk a lot about showing up organically.
Yes.
So what do you mean by that? And do you recommend people using paid ads?
Okay.
2 questions.
So the power of organic social media it's insane. You wouldn't think that just you being you is what would sell, right? But people see right through the salesiness and the fakeness. And what are you going to do if you're scrolling through your social media and you feel sold to, or you feel like, oh, that's so AI or something? You're just going to keep on scrolling, But if you have somebody there that's showing up authentic with half face, not done a makeup or whatever they do, you know what I mean? You're oh yeah, I have those dark circles, or I have this. So authenticity is how people can relate to you, and when people relate to you, that's how they begin to trust you, and then we buy from people we know, like, and trust. And so that is the main thought process behind that. And I've seen it so much. I mean, I'm like, just try this. I tell my clients, just try this. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how many people liked this. I'm like, it's because it's you. And we have such a tendency to overthink, and people get so blown away because I've never rewatched one of my own videos. I just won't.
I don't like to watch myself or hear myself.
But,
I know. So that's how I am with our podcast. I'm like, I hate rewatching
I don't watch them. I watch it when I edit it, and once I post it, I do not watch it.
But that's the thing. So every single one of my videos, because who's the hardest on us? Ourselves. And we will never get anything out there. So just taking the action is what is so important. And not worrying about what other people think, because that's not what pays your bills, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, like when a lot of people get stuck on that, what is so-and-so going to think when they see this? You have to retrain your brain to say, okay, do you want a life like that person? Do you aspire to be that person in any way, shape, or form? If the answer is no, why do you care what they think about you?
Yeah.
For sure. But you know what? And I'm going to take that even a step further. Like, why care anyway? Like I say, I provide for my children and I need to pay my bills, right? So if I am trying to post something to help others, like, why does anything else matter?
Right.
Like, I am trying to help others succeed. So what does it matter if somebody thinks, oh, she looks like this or that or that? Okay, well then guess what? I probably shouldn't be, you know, talking to you, or like, you shouldn't be in my circle anyway,
Yeah,
right? Because I want to
exactly.
be in a circle that supports one another.
Yeah.
And so, but it's so true. And even in this intensive that we have been doing, like, that's one of the things that people struggle with, is that overthinking. So what overthinking does is it doesn't allow you to take the action. So what I always tell people is to do 1% better every day. So don't put so much pressure on yourself that you don't take action. Just do 1% better every single day and give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Give yourself some grace.
Yeah. So have you ever used paid ads?
So no, never. I think I have a control thing here because you never know who's going to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't use paid ads. I never have. I've built my business without paid ads. I've kind of dabbled. I think about it and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Just like, no. And so, yeah, my business was all built on referrals and organically. So I am a product of what I teach too. I've been in business almost 5 years now. So, I mean, I've taken some different like routes in, you know, I used to manage a lot of social media for people, but then I've really found that I feel like I make more of a difference as a coach in teaching. So I have I've developed, I got my 6-month curriculum really dialed in for coaching. So I created an academy where people can take it at their own pace, and then we check in bi-weekly. And I love my group of women that are in that, because it just happens to be women too.
Yeah.
Because it's a good place to support each other. And in marketing, meeting of the minds is so important. And sometimes, you know, as a business owner, if you're just starting out, you're all by yourself and you're like, is that a good idea? I don't know. And then again, it leads to inaction.
Yeah.
So just having a place where I can help people, you know, be held accountable, but also be there to support them, it's really filled my cup.
Yeah,
So,
I love that.
yeah.
Have you ever used paid ads?
Not with the Ari. I think we did at the boutique like forever ago, and you know, you have no idea what you're doing, and it's like, well, pick this and that and this audience, and I'm like, okay, here we go, and you get like 4 likes, and you're like, but then they're like, well, you're not doing it for long enough, or you're not spending enough money.
Exactly. There's always that.
And then it's
Always a
like,
catch.
so yeah, I think we tried it 4 times, and it never really did much for us.
I will say on TikTok, because you know I'm the TikTok girl, I have used paid ads on there a couple of times. I will not use it now because TikTok will pretty much punish you for doing it.
Oh,
Once they
really?
know that you're willing to pay them to push content, they will hold your content until you pay again.
Oh my gosh.
So don't do it.
Don't do it on TikTok. No.
I just wouldn't do it at all. Because if you feel like, I always say, like, if you don't have an organic foundation to your business, to your content, if you don't have a social media strategy, there's no reason you should be paying for anything, because you're just going to be wasting money anyway.
You're just pushing it out to random people.
Right. It's such a common misconception that in order to be seen organically, you have to boost your post, you have to pay ads, and that is so false. And I would be willing to have a conversation with anybody about that.
I'm ready to debate.
Let's go. No, but it's just because people don't realize it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just don't learn. They're
They
not
have no
taught
idea.
correctly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
But that's what bothers me, though, because I don't like it when people waste money. It's so important, especially when you're first starting out in your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have every penny counts.
Every penny counts,
And so for
absolutely.
me to hear people spending money on paid ads, I'm like, no, like, let me help you. There's a better way.
Yeah.
And you might not ever need to use paid ads. I mean, I'm not saying that they're bad, but you need to have your strategy. You need to know exactly what content should be pushed out to your direct audience. And then maybe you can complement later on down the road if you're like a really big company. But, you know, in the beginning, it's definitely a waste of money. So.
I agree. Yeah, from personal experience. So we touched on what time of day. What about how many times you post on social media? Does it matter? Is there some secret sauce there?
So again, everything that I teach is through experience, through multiple years of multiple clients. So what I do, especially, I help a lot of businesses or even like personal coaches, like leadership coaches, mindset coaches. And what I found is 3 days a week on Facebook is great. Instagram has a different, so like the Facebook algorithm, it competes with each other. So like if you were to post one in the morning and one in the night, they would compete with each other. Now I know other people use strategies where they like to post all the time and like it's a lottery and one of them is going to stick.
Gotcha.
But personally, like I teach businesses that your social media is your virtual storefront. So I personally don't want it to look spammy.
Right.
I want it to look like, hey, you're going to go through and all my reels and there's going to be a rabbit hole of, you know, valuable things. Not me just posting random stuff hoping that I'm going to get some likes and engagement. So as far as Instagram and TikTok though, I think that like especially Instagram, you could post as many times a day as you want. They always say the more the better.
Same with TikTok.
Same with TikTok. Now, I know we haven't talked about LinkedIn, but if you're trying to sell business to business, you absolutely need to be on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where, again, you have to be professional on there and really provide value, really position yourself as the authority in your industry, and then do a lot of engagement. And that's how we grew. We went from 500 to like 2,500 followers within 90 days by solely doing the engagement.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, so that's a whole different like ball game, but
I don't use LinkedIn, but now that you said that, it makes me wonder if I should use it for the keepsake edit.
Yeah, so I've had a LinkedIn since I was probably like 16 years old. I've had the same one, and I just went on and like re-updated everything and like changed my picture and things like that, and I made a couple posts, but it's again one of those things where it's like there's so much going on, and like to have another platform to like post on or manage, it's hard. So I haven't done a lot on it, but like I see Madison's on it.
But that's again
all the
why
time.
the strategy is so important. So that's what I help clients do. That's like the initial step one meeting that we have is, what is my goal? Who am I talking to? You know, what platform should I even be on? And then what's the content that I'm going to create to support those? So it's not just a let's throw spaghetti at the wall and hope it sticks, right? We have something measurable so that we can make changes and make strategic changes.
So speaking of changes, what's one change a small business owner could make right now today that would bring them more views?
Okay, well I'm gonna give you two.
Okay.
Number one.
Yay!
Because I'm me. No.
Free information.
I just have, me and my soapboxes now. One, I would say, is look at your content and think if you were your potential audience, would you want to watch it? So is it customer, like your target audience focused, or is it you selfishly sales focused? I don't want to say selfishly, but meaning like thinking about trying to chase sales. See what I mean? We want to think about providing value for people. And then number two would be engaging with other, and I'm talking Facebook. I mean, it works on Instagram too, but especially Facebook. You know, go through your other business besties, leave some thoughtful comments, because we want to think about Facebook and all the social media platforms as a business, right? And the whole entire point of them is conversation. So the algorithm will reward you for that conversation that you are creating for other people, and then also you're supporting others. And that feels really good, right? Think about it. When you get comments on your posts, how does that feel?
Feels great.
That's good.
So
like, oh, someone took the time. It wasn't just like a little double click. Like someone took the time to stop and like leave a comment.
And thought, oh, this is Shelby. This is what. So it's just that extra step, and it's a win-win.
I did notice that. So after your last standout that I went to, I started doing that on TikTok because I am trying to grow my one TikTok that I have with my daughter. And I mean, I was like, every time I post, then I would take like 20 minutes to like watch other people's videos, like them, and make sure I was commenting, and I would see the return like almost immediately.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, and I do it on I try to do it on Instagram as well, but I don't want to.
Do you want to know why? Okay, So I have almost 30,000 followers on TikTok, and I think a big reason is because several times I've left comments, and I didn't even think about it at the time, but they were comments that sparked such a conversation. And I would have thousands of replies to this comment that I left on some random video. Yes. So I think that definitely helped.
100%.
That helps a lot, yeah.
I would challenge you to do Facebook.
I know. So, well,
give it 5 minutes.
That's leading into my next question.
Give it 5 minutes.
So I primarily use Instagram for my business, and so I know I ask all these questions, and I'm like, but I feel like everyone's talking about Facebook, and I was like, I don't know how that makes sense for me. So I have Facebook for my business, and I have a personal Facebook. So what do you think the best way is for me to even just take that one step that's easy to kind of use Facebook to work for me a little bit more?
Yeah, and first I'll say, it's not wrong that you use Instagram. I just think you're missing out on opportunities on Facebook. And Facebook has just the largest demographic on there, the most amount of users still. It's still growing. So I would say we need to create a strategy for you and get you lined up, because also we don't want you to feel overwhelmed. We need to master one platform,
right?
And that's where we need to stick, right? I mastered Facebook, and that's where I like to stay. But I ventured out to LinkedIn. But you understand social media, you understand how it works, so I think it's safer for you to go to multiple. But so I would say, we definitely need to figure out a strategy for you, because we need to figure out, okay, do we want to utilize your personal page? Do we want to utilize your business page? How does it make sense to everything else that you're doing? And so it's a hard question for me to answer.
Without seeing,
I was in 3 sentences, tell me exactly what I need to do.
because I would look at the data, the analytics, what's working, what's not, how can we streamline this, how can we, you know what I mean? Those are all the different things that I would need to look at to 100% tell you. But on a broad spectrum, I would just say try to increase your engagement and just try to increase.
I do have everything that I post on Instagram automatically does go to Facebook.
Yeah, and that's great.
So it's the same content in both spots, but I will say I don't engage hardly at all on Facebook with anybody.
Even if it's 5 minutes, I would engage, and then also make sure you're sharing some of your posts to groups.
Okay.
To the groups where your target audience is.
Yeah.
So I've discovered a few different groups that I really like, especially even What's Up Columbia City. That's a really good group. There's so many amazing business owners over there. I love it. I've loved working with everybody that I've connected with.
I share to a lot of groups a lot of times, but I always feel it's never seen. I feel some of the groups, it's very spammy, so it's I feel sometimes my posts just get lost in the mix. And that's
true. Yeah. That's definitely true. But if you do it enough, you'll see, like I just said, I knew exactly what group my content is going to be seen and engaged with. Even I think we had 17 leads for the last standout event from one of my posts there.
Yeah.
But I made the exact same post a couple weeks before, 0.
Nothing. Yeah.
So it's just you never know.
Yeah.
But there's enough in there, and make sure you're providing value in the group as well.
Yeah.
But if it's a spammy group, I leave. Or if I get negativity, I leave. I'm not doing it. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got time for that.
Yeah.
So besides social media marketing, what is something else that you think all small business owners or entrepreneurs should be focusing on?
Besides social media? Looking at your marketing and branding as a whole. Is that an acceptable answer?
Yes. So can you elaborate, what other avenues or things go into your brand as a whole?
Okay. All right. I always describe marketing as a big puzzle, right? The puzzle pieces are all laying on the table. Okay. So some are branding, some are website, some are email campaigns, SEO, social media, and you have to make sure that all of them are fitting together. They're all working together like an ecosystem, right? So it's really important to not just pick and choose the pieces that you want. And you need to start with step 1. What is your brand? What are your colors? What are you going to start to be recognized by, right? And then we need to figure out, okay, so we have a social media presence. Where are we going to send those people? How am I going to get people to even go to my website, let alone scroll down? There's a lot of things. And that's another thing that I have a degree in marketing, and so as a whole, like I have an agency that we do all of that. We can help with all of the strategy for all of that. And even we've seen so much success with blogs still lately, and we're helping some clients right now rank higher on ChatGPT too.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's the other thing.
Yeah, because isn't that like a,
She just like,
I was like, wait, isn't that a new feature where you can like ask, like Google,
Yep.
you can, and then your business will pop up. So if I went into ChatGPT and was like, oh, I'm looking for a
Yep.
Christian boutique in Fort Wayne, like it would give me suggestions.
So that's
Yeah.
what we've been working on, and it's been very successful. But I have an employee who's so good at all that stuff. So
Yeah.
but all of those components are just as important as the other. And so like I said, they all need to be working together. And so if you don't have a strategy, you're wasting time and money, and you're probably getting really, really like frustrated, right?
Yeah.
You're like, nothing's working. I'm trying, and nothing's
Posting
working.
20 times a week and
Nothing's working.
Nothing's happening.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm
So-
getting all these likes, but no sales. No, I'm
Exactly.
not making any money.
You know what I was going to say that about paid ads too, is people who sell paid ads, they'll tell you like, oh, well, look at, this is a big number of impressions, and it's like, impressions mean nothing if it's not
Yeah.
your target audience,
yeah.
if it's not an actual buyer, if it's not doing any sort of conversion. So that's another thing to be really, really, really careful about if you're running paid ads. And again, I would be happy to look into anything. And I'm not saying, oh, if you do paid ads, you're completely wrong, but
Yeah.
let's spend your money like in a different way that is going to help you get actual conversions.
Conversion.
And we've talked about this before, the impressions thing. Okay, you're spending this money to send it out maybe one or two times, but people have to see something, what, 5 to 7 times?
5 to 7 times.
So you're still
Yeah.
wasting your money getting the impressions, unless you're going to be paying for that ad for the next 7 days
Yes.
over and over again.
Yep.
And I know that there have been some people that have been successful with ads, but it's like they're spending like $10,000 a month.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, like if you're not doing it for a long time and you're not spending tons of money on it, I feel
It's
like just
worthless,
pointless.
yeah.
Yeah. She's like, from your mouth, not
Preaching
mine.
to the choir.
Y'all said it, not me.
All right, so you've been doing something really exciting here in Fort Wayne. You and Brian have created a class, an event called Stand Out on social media. So if people attend these events, tell us a little bit about what we can expect.
I'm so excited.
You're going on to your third one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has been amazing. We have grown immensely. We're so excited. The first one we had was here. It was
Yes.
amazing. There was like 55 business owners. Then we went to the Fairfield and had over 80 there. And we did a workshop. So
Yeah.
people, instead of just learning the information, we actually helped them, we coached them through applying the information. We really enjoyed that. Now our next one, we already have about 100 on the wait list for our third one that we're going to be having at the Pearl.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
I haven't been there yet.
So I'm super excited about that too. It's absolutely gorgeous. But everybody needs to make sure they're on the wait list, because we have special incentives for the people who are on the wait list that purchase tickets on the first day.
Okay.
The first day tickets will be available is February 23rd.
So a week.
Yes, and we are looking to sell out because we do only have a limited space. And this one, we have a lot of tricks up our sleeves.
Yeah.
So if you've been to the first two, you better come to the third one, because you're gonna love it. And if you've never been, we're trying to create a movement here in Fort Wayne. We're trying to create a space for business owners to not only feel like they're learning and being able to apply what they learn, but they also feel supported. They feel like they have a place that, we can help people remain accountable, and really just help even from a mindset perspective, because it's hard. It's really hard with life and being a business owner. And so we just want to make sure that everybody feels supported as well.
I love that. So if you haven't been to the first two, it's still safe to come to the third one and kind of be caught up and,
Absolutely.
and learn some more
Absolutely.
stuff. Okay, good.
Yeah, we're going to we make sure that, we try to touch on different things, but also kind of remind, okay, remember, this is where we started, this is what we need.
And have you done this yet?
Yep, have you done this, but also put some fresh things in there so that everybody can learn as well. But like I said, we're trying to create a movement here, because you know, there are a lot of marketing avenues that you can do, but this one and what we teach is going to save you the most, and potentially you may not even need anything else if you do this properly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm really excited. So, you host with Brian Fryer, Coach Brian, and you met him. I want to know this. Tell the audience the story about how you guys like got linked up, and you had kind of seen him from afar and took a chance.
So I was in network marketing, like I said. I lived in Michigan, and I started following him, I don't know, maybe it was like 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not sure, maybe longer, but I knew who he was. And I only follow people that have the same sort of values and mindsets and missions, and I loved how he was always coaching, you know, let's serve others first. And that's just what I live by, right? And so I got one of his classes because I was like, this guy, I found out he lived in Fort Wayne. So I was like, this guy has been traveling all over the country, all over the world, helping all these people. I'm like, what about right here in Fort Wayne?
Yeah.
So I bought one of his classes, and I one day on the hot seat coaching, because I had messaged him a couple times about it, and I'm like, hey, we need this. He's like, well, maybe, we'll see. I don't know, maybe. Like, he's super busy, right? So I get up on the hot seat coaching. He's like, hey, Jen, what can we help you with? I was like, so when are we going to do that? When are we going to do that event?
Yeah.
90 days later was stand out on social media #1.
It was only 90 days?
90 days.
Oh my gosh.
90 days.
That's hilarious.
But you know what is so amazing though, because even though I have, you know, tried to nudge him, he's so awesome with all the plans and knowing exactly what like there's no way I could have done it by myself.
Yeah.
And so I'm really grateful for him for that, because he's really trying to, you know, help everybody. I mean, that's what we're doing, is just trying to help people in our backyard and really help the community, and help them be successful with their businesses. So maybe I was a little sneaky, but
well, I was gonna say, I'm really proud of you for putting yourself out there in something you believe in and going after it and like not taking no for an answer. Like, we are doing this.
Yes, power of resistance.
Yes.
I mean, but hey, you know what? I had a mindset coach a couple years ago that really changed my life. And he said, if it scares you, you immediately say yes. And so it's led me to be a speaker for the Better Business Bureau. It's led me to be close friends with the mayor, have her behind me. It's led me to so many different, to Brian, it's led me to so many different opportunities, because again, you guys, we get so much in our heads, and what are we doing? We're holding ourselves back.
Yeah.
And so that's why if something makes me nervous, I'm like, I'm doing it now.
Just do it.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. You know, and because fear is what holds us back. But what I truly think is, if there's no accidents, right, and people are put in your lives and in your paths for a reason, and so I truly feel led to take, you know, to take those steps and those opportunities. Like I always say, you know, I never thought I'd be speaking next to Brian on the stage, and it scares me every time, right? He's got 15 years of experience with that, and I'm just like, but you know what? If I mess up, guess what? I'm human like every other person in this room right now. So I don't know. Just do it. Yeah. So that, do things scared, and doing something 1% better every day, taking action. Those are the two things that have truly changed my life.
I love that.
And obviously being faith-led, because God has provided it all. So
amen.
So grateful.
Amen.
Amazing. Well, on that note, so her tickets go on sale for the next standout in 1 week. So we will link that below for you in the podcast. So if you guys want tickets, make sure you are joining that wait list. And they'll find that like on your website. Okay.
Well, we can do that link below.
We'll add that link below so you can get on that. So make sure you guys grab those tickets. And we're excited. We do have Brian coming on our show in 2 weeks. So you guys will get to hear from him as well. Yeah,
thank you, Jen, so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, and make sure you get on that wait list, because you will not. Yes, they go so quick.
They do go fast.
And they definitely will this time too. And we really try to give you, you know, 100 times of the value that you get for the tickets, because we really want to make a difference in your business. So
and we can attest to it. We've both taken the class.
Been there. I've been there. I've been for both. So I'm excited for the third one. So
all right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and make sure you get those tickets in the show notes, and we'll see you next Monday at 8 a.m.
Have a great day.